channel. So today is going to be a learning slash tutorial video, and I say that because I met one of my subscribers and she asked me could I do this recipe for her. So with no hesitations, I was like, yes, you know, I like a good challenge. It makes me nervous, but I like a good challenge. So I got the recipe and I decided to do it. I never heard, so today we are going to attempt to cook Kentucky butter cake. I never heard of it before. I never seen a Kentucky butter cake before, but because she asked me and I wanted to do it, I decided to do it. Okay, so with no further ado, let's jump right into this video. Okay, so I have this recipe here, so it may take me a little bit longer because I'm trying to read and go by the recipe, because like I said, I never made this before, and it was given a suggestion given by one of my subscribers, so I wanted to do it. So the recipe, it says that in a large bowl that I'm going to cream together butter, sugar until it's lightly fluffed. So with that being said, it requires a cup of butter. So a cup of butter, that's 2 sticks. So that's butter. That's 2 sticks of butter, which is 1 cup. And it says the sugar. It requires, let's see, it requires 1 cup of sugar. So I have 1 cup of sugar here. I just wanted to double check behind myself. I'm a little nervous. I don't know why. I guess because I never did it before. But anyways, it says blend these 2 ingredients until they are lightly fluffy. If I can get my mixer on here. Which I should have cut my butter up. Okay, we're gonna do it like this, and then once I get it mixed together, then I will use the blender, which it did say make sure your butter is room temperature. So I took it out last night. When I looked the recipe up, it actually looks really good. I just hope it comes out the way it's supposed to. Okay, so just mixing the butter and the sugar together with the mixer wasn't a success, so I had to just stir it by hand, and now I will mix it with the blender to see what it does. This is going to be a learning video today. Okay, so much better. Which I probably could have used my other mixer piece, but this is fine. Okay, so I'm gonna knock this out of here. So this is light and fluffy. So we have mixed our butter and sugar together, I did switch my mixing spoon on my KitchenAid. So now it says you want to add eggs one at a time, mix well after each additional egg. So it requires 4 eggs. So I'm gonna hold this up so you guys can see. That's 1 egg. I'm gonna mix that. Yeah, this spoon works a whole lot better. Okay, I'm adding my 2nd egg here. Mix that. I'm ready to drop the 3rd egg in. And finally the 4th egg. All right. That is blending really good. Things is moving a lot smoother since I switched my KitchenAid spoons. Okay. So now I'm just gonna take my spatula just to make sure ain't none stuck down at the bottom. Okay. Next it says add vanilla. So I'm gonna get my vanilla here, and you're going to add a tablespoon of vanilla. So I have vanilla here, and I'm gonna add 1 tablespoon. And I don't know if I told you guys or not, but my oven is preheating at 350. So I'm just gonna mix this in by hand. Okay. Moving on to the 2nd part of this recipe. We almost done, and I'm really glad. So now we're going to add our brown sugar, which it requires a cup of brown sugar as well. So we're going to mix that in really good. There. Next, you're going to set your sugar mixture aside. You're going to get another bowl, and you want to add 3 cups of all-purpose flour. Along with the 3 cups of flour, all-purpose flour, you're going to add 1 teaspoon of salt. Uh-oh, I don't want to come out. You want to add 1 teaspoon of baking powder. One teaspoon baking powder. and a half a teaspoon of baking soda. Find my half here. Baking soda. As I'm trying to get it out. Okay. So, half a teaspoon of that. And you want to whisk this together. So just make sure you mix it like really well. Okay. Now that we added our flour, baking soda, and baking powder together, it said you're gonna need 1 cup of buttermilk, and you have to do it in thirds. It says, why I don't know, but anyways, with that being said, alternating between the flour mixture and the buttermilk, starting with flour and ending with flour, it says. So I'm going to, I guess, add half of this flour mixture, and blend that really well. It said blending in between. Okay, that is mixed really good. Next, you want to add 1 cup of buttermilk. You want to blend that. Next, we want to add the remaining of the flour. I really hope and pray that this comes out good, or comes out the way it's supposed to come out. To try to avoid the flour flying everywhere, I'm just gonna mix it in a little bit with this spatula before I turn the KitchenAid on, because it's throwing flour everywhere. Okay, that should be good enough. I let the mixer do the rest of it. Perfect. Turn it up a notch so that they can mix really well. Okay, it's very well blended, I would say. Just scrape the sides here. So this is our cake mixture after everything has been mixed in together. So the next step in that, they said grease a 10-inch bundt pan with flour and grease, which I use shortening to do mine. So just rub shortening in and, you know, dust it with flour. But what I do is I take 1/3 cup of shortening, 1/3 cup of all-purpose flour, and 1/3 cup of vegetable oil, and I mix it together like really well. And I just lightly, well, not lightly, but I base it in my bundt pan which it looks like that. It looked like paste. So with that being said, I just took a brush, put it in here like that, and just took my bundt pan and I just went over my bundt pan. Now, because this is all-purpose flour and shortening and vegetable oil, it's not going to change the taste of your cake, if that's what you're wondering. Then that I am sure about when it comes to this. But this cake, on the other hand, I'm not so sure, but we'll see. So anyway, as I said before, my oven was preheated at 350 degrees. So I'm just going to take my cake and I am going to place it in my bundt pan. So I have my mixture in my bundt pan and I am going to place it in the oven, and it says cook until a toothpick is inserted into the center, comes out clean, which about 60 to 65 minutes. So we'll see. Our cake has came out of the oven. I'm excited because it came out good. Now how it tastes, I don't know, but it cooked for 50 minutes. It didn't need an hour, so I'm gonna stick a toothpick in there, and the toothpick comes out clean. So that's what you want. You want to make sure the toothpick comes out clean. So now what I should have did while the cake was preparing, but I did not because I didn't know what the outcome was going to be for the cake. So now we're going to move on to the next step. Now for the final step to this recipe, it requires the glaze. So it requires 1/4 cup of sugar. It requires 1/3 cup of butter, which I probably should have milked it, but I'm gonna just mix it in really good. So I'm gonna mix my butter. Just got a whisk here to make it a little bit better. Next, you're going to add 2 tablespoons of water and 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. And you want to mix it together. Try not to spill it. I probably should have got a bigger bowl. Okay, it should look something like this. Just a whole lot of sugar. My goodness. Next, you want to just take your cake and just like poke holes in it. Or I have a better idea. Bear with me. I have a wooden spoon here. What you could do is just take your wooden spoon, and I did wipe the end of it, and just poke holes in the cake. Along the front of it, and you could just stick holes in the side of it with a knife. Try not to tear the cake up. Okay. Now you want to take this sugary frosting and pour it over in the cake like so. And yes, this is a lot of sugar. Like I said, this was a suggestion from one of my subscribers, and I thought it was a lot of sugar for this icing as well. If it was me, because I never fixed it before, so I'm just going by the recipe, I probably would have used a half a cup of sugar. Like, I'm not gonna put all this icing on here because it's a lot. It's a lot of sugar. Yeah. So I'm just gonna let it go like that. And the recipe goes on to say, allow cake to cool completely in the pan and then convert it to whatever dish. You know, it says a serving plate, but whatever you put your cake in, serve and enjoy. And it says, feel free to make this cake a day ahead. This gives the glaze time to really sit into the cake. Don't forget to share. So I'm just gonna allow this to sit for a little while, and when I get ready to convert it over, I will show you guys. Our cake has cooled completely, so now I am going to try and take it out of this pan. I just have a regular glass plate here. I'm just putting it on top, and I am going to flip it, and my cake is not coming out. Oh, there you go. And it, bam, slides out. What? I did it. So now the true and ultimate test is cutting it. So we about to cut this bad boy, you guys. And by the way, look at that pan. You see how that cake comes out just as smooth and pretty with that batter mixture I told you about? Yes, 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 yes. So I'm going to cut this cake for you guys so y'all can see the inside of it. Uh-oh, are you ready? Are you ready? Here we go. Look at that. It's super moist. You can see where I poked that hole at right there, and that icing went right there, like dead center of the cake. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. I know I did. I was nervous. I was scared. Like, I didn't know what to expect. But it came out, like, amazing. Okay? It came out really good. And, like, I'm super excited. Like, I hope she really enjoyed this video, because I made this video. I made it for all you guys, but especially for her, since she requested it. Okay? So if you have some requests, you know, just let me know in the comments below, and your next request may be my next video. You never know. Okay, so with this cake, it tastes amazing, by the way, and it's good with milk, because I'm a milk lover, so like I eat my cake with milk. But it's probably, I'm almost 100% sure that it will be absolutely out of this world amazingly good with ice cream. I'm just that confident. So with no further ado, I will catch you guys in the next video. Until the next time, I love you guys. Bye.